What if every word you spoke, every thought you had, and every action you took was connected to everything and everyone around you? That's not just a spiritual idea, it's the truth behind the law of divine oneness and the understanding that we are all connected through the invisible thread of energy. Today, I want to continue to share the 12th universal law. And this law that I'm sharing with you today is the law of divine oneness. This law teaches us that everything in the universe is made of the same source energy and that nothing exists in isolation. Every thought, every word, actions affects the collective energy field, which is quantum field. Think of like a spider web. Every entire web vibrates, and that's how our energy moves through the world that we call it reality, through all the connections. Every soul, every experience, every challenge that we have, it's part of the same divine fabric. When you hurt somebody else, you hurt yourself. And when you help other people, you also heal yourself. So have you ever met anybody that tell you this, that somehow they're somehow feel connected with you and somehow that they can feel that your energy is different? So that's the divine oneness emotion. So I want to give you a personal story, and at the same time, I want you guys to think about your personal experience on this universal law. So a few years ago, which is around the during the COVID time, I came across this family and they were looking to buy a new home. They were a first-time home buyer. And because due to COVID, they were kind of anxious, have anxiety, and they were stressed. And they were also have a fear of they're not going to get approved for their mortgage loan. And I remind myself, this is the type of the clients that I want to help to begin with when I first started the real estate career. And this connection that we have, it makes me have become having the drive, the energy behind it to push me to really push them through, because at first attempt they were having problem for their approval, and then the connection that we have, it really have that collective energy and push us through this process together. So I was able to help them find their first home, and I'm still connected with all my clients, past clients, and I recently reached out to them, and then what she said was, she was just talking about me. She would just mention me to somebody else, and she was mentioning that how I helped them find the first home. And that's also, see, that's part of the divine oneness, the connection that we still connected together. Okay, the reflection is the energy we radiate doesn't stop at us. It can ripple through conversation, situation, or even outcome, just like this personal example that I just shared. And so every person who cross your path is a mirror, a reflection of something that you meant to heal, learn, and embrace. And so let's just use another real estate example. So part of the reason that I become a real estate agent, a realtor, was my personal experience through my past relationship. We were decided to relocate together to move to another location, but the real estate agent that we hired at the time wasn't doing her job to sell the current home in order for us to move. So she wasn't, like, when we asked her to do open houses, she was feeling the drag. She was not very willingly. And I'm also the one taking all the photos for her to put on the MLS listing. So in result, I was having a lot of anxiety with my boyfriend at the time. and he also has a lot of stress, and we start having a lot of arguments and a lot. So we end up breaking up. This is a major part for me to become a real estate agent today, and that is also the reflections that every person who I cross path with is a mirror. Because my very, very first client that I had was a very young couple, and the girl was Asian and the guy was a Caucasian, which that's 100% reflect to my relationship at the time. My boyfriend at the time, he was a Caucasian, and of course I'm an Asian. So that is, looking back right now, it just all makes sense. So the universe uses other people to show us our own lights and shadow, our light and dark, and our positive and negative energy. And there's also another example that I can give you is I also came across a person, a former friend. When we first connected, she was telling me how much we are so connected at first. And then somehow in the middle of our friendship, she came and said, "Oh, she wasn't feel the connection anymore." And that is a reflection of my own trauma that I had in the past. And I could really see that through her reaction towards me, her experience towards me, her projection towards me, because I'm start experiencing her in a negative way. And she started, to me, my experience of her, she started showing the part that I'm been afraid about. So we end up not being, we end up not talking anymore. But I did walk away silently, because please know this: if you encounter something like this, remember everyone is your reflection of yourself, something that you need to fix within yourself. So I choose to silently walk away, and that will just resolve the trauma, the bad energy within myself. That will just dissolve and fade away. Because if you encounter this kind of situation or this type of disagreement with another person, you will enhance that experience, right? Remember, every experience is your reflection. So when you focus on that and you put your energy, which is the anger, towards it, that you will stuck in the loop and you will never get out of that experience. And the next person, next friends, or next relationship that you encounter will be the same. So that's how I learned to just walk away and not even explain, not even say anything, and my life become more peaceful and more aligned. So here's the mini exercise that you guys can do with me. So think of someone who has been challenging you lately. Now ask yourself, what are they trying to show you about you? Compassion, boundary, patience, love? So just the example I just shared with you guys. So this person was trying to show me that I have past trauma. I have past anxiety still within me. And she really reflect that fear within me and really projecting back to myself. And I experienced that on her. And now, as I said, after I start practicing spirituality, I can see that clearly. So I understand that as well. So I want you to know, I want you to find out or think about if there's anybody that's challenging you or any situation that's challenging you. It's reflection within yourself to have that experience. So when we look through the eyes of the oneness, judgment, softness, we begin to see the divine in others, even when it's hard. So, a lot of people say it's part of the life. It's part of life. It's kind of blaming. It's kind of, pointing externally. When you say it's part of something or it's the person is bad, you are never going to look within yourself. You will just look outside of self. and your experience will be stuck in that loop. Okay, so ways to live with this law. So you can start your day with the connection of this law. Before you check in your phone or turn on your TV, close your eye and say, I'm connected to all that is. My energy matters. And usually, I'll give you my example. Usually, when I first thing I woke up, I put on my headset and I start meditation right away. I don't even check on my phone. I don't even take a shower. I don't even do anything else. The first thing is I put on my headset and I meditate for 15 to 30 minutes, depends on the day of the activity. And so that will really center and will really create the day that you will start with a peace and calm day. So let's say when you're stuck in the traffic or facing conflicts, send out a silent blessing. That small intention shift the frequency. So when you wake up and when you do meditation, everything you experience, everything you see, you will not react. You will only reflect, because you will understand everything you experience is coming within you yourself, and you're projecting onto the reality screen within yourself. So every thought contribute to the collective field. So when you choose love over fear, you help heal the reality. You heal this conscious planet. Okay? So same thing, if you react negatively or anger or frustrations, stressed, then it will reflect back to you the same way. Okay? So you also, a good way to practice is to journal. Where am I forgetting that I'm connected? And how can I return to that truth today? So Neville Goddard teaches us that we can reverse our day. So how that works is when before you go to sleep, you start playing out your day in a reverse. Let's say the last thing you do before you going to the bed is brushing your teeth. You're going to start with that segment and play in your mind. And then before you go to brush your teeth, let's say, for example, you had an argument with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, okay? Then if you don't like that scene, you can reverse it. You will create a new version of that scene. And so that this is Neville Goddard's reverse your day. So if you forgot that you're connected and you lost it, you can still have a chance to reverse that. And you can return to that segment, that scene, and while you're falling asleep. So you want to replay the scene in reverse up to the time you woke up, which if I use this example, you will return to the meditation when you put on the headset, right? So then the next morning when you wake up, you will feel that let's say the argument probably never happens, you know? And then the person, remember, every person, every situation is a reflection of you, and we're all connected. So your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend will not be angry no more. Try that, okay? So then the next part I want to share is called aligning with the divine flow. So this is the example that I just showed you, because when you align with oneness, synchronicity multiplies. The right people, the right opportunity, the answers seems to appear out of nowhere. This happens to me so many times, and every time I have this synchronicity, every time I feel that, I see that, I smile to myself. So it's and then again, if you follow me and heard me say this before, I usually have a lot of answer. I mean, I have a lot of questions. You know, if I'm feeling stuck, I will say, what's the next aligned step? And usually the divine, my higher self, the source, whatever you want to call it, the God, it will answer my concerns, my questions. And the way they answer for me, everyone has a different channel, I call it. The frequency, the vibration, the channel that you receive, your answer, everybody is different. For me particularly, usually it will come through a video that I usually watch because I consume a lot of different video. I'm not talking about entertainment wise. I'm talking about personal development, spiritual awakening content, and it will answer my questions, my concerns inside the video that I watch. It's so interesting. And that's part of the oneness and synchronicity that multiplies. And also if you have, let's say, financial issues and you don't know what to do, and you just, put your question out in the quantum field to your higher self or to the source, and they will find a way to answer you through, like I say, everybody's channeling is different. So it may be through a person, or you maybe overheard from somebody, okay? So just pay attention to that. You have to be very conscious, aware of that, because if you are autopilot, let your subconscious play out your days, then you won't be able to recognize that's the answer there you're asking for. So again, so it's not magic, it's alignment, because when your energy align with the universe, life become effortless. You see? So when let's say your relationship doesn't go well, and you play that reverse your day technique that I just mentioned to you, then the next following day when you wake up, you will have this alignment, have that synchronicity with your partner, with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband, wife. I want you guys to give it a try and let me know in the comment if you really take this practice. And I would love to know what's the outcome. How does it align? How does this synchronicity works with your experience? And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button as well, so you can get notification when I release this type of content. And also, again, remember, we are all connected. So if you subscribe, you are planting out the seed to other people in this reality to also connect to this channel and be able to have this feedback, has this oneness, divine oneness together, to observe this knowledge, observe this fees together, this energy, this vibration and frequency, right? Together, oneness. From now on, I want you guys to understand that every challenge you face wasn't happening to you, but a collective healing of everybody's connected to you. Okay? Because everybody is your reflection. Every situation is your reflection. Every experience that you have is coming from you. It's your reflection. It's a mirror. And so we are all connected. We are all one consciousness. Okay? So you're not alone. Because another example I want to share is usually I feel so lonely, especially after starting the journey of spiritual awakening. I feel so lonely sometimes in the beginning. And so I want to emphasize this. You are not alone. Not for even one single moment. Even when I'm recording this, I'm talking about this right now through the camera. I'm here sitting alone, as you can see, but I'm not alone. I'm channeling you, this frequency, this vibration to the quantum field. And when you are watching right now, then we are connected. The breath you take, the dream you have, the love you give, all will ripple out into the divine field of everything. And that's the beauty of this law. So remember to subscribe to this channel. And if you're on the audio platforms, please follow, write me a review, and comment onto this channel. So until next time when we connected, stay safe and peace.